Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's no buys at that point yet. I think the sells could still play out. Do you know what I mean? But like, if this move is a fake out, then we're coming up. But if it starts to respect this area as like a resistance, you know, if we start forming resistance here again, then it's gonna be pretty good. Either way, I think we're gonna get something nice here today. Because now this range has given us a clean candle. This area has given us a clean candle. 137.550. Got like a minute and a half left here.
Would you be getting in on the close if it does a fake out?
Mm,
Because the stop's pretty big, like 15 pips, I think.
yeah, probably not. I probably want to wait for a support to be
Small
formed
support.
here. Yeah, because even if I know I missed the fake out, then buys
You can
above
get
this
something
area,
above.
yeah, it's gonna be pretty good. So there's options. We've got options here today. Yeah, because if we break above 137.620, then I think we're gonna fill this range over here to 137.760. Morning YouTube, welcome. So this range it's like 15 pips, but then above there, that's good. Above there we have clean traffic at that point to fill this next range. So that's gonna be the range, man. That's gonna be the trade if we can get it, because then we have a whole clean range to fill, and I'm pretty sure this range was like something ridiculous, like 50 pips. So if we get there, it's gonna be a good day. Yeah, so it looks like price is doing a fake out right now. Or we'll just say that it's kind of respecting the support. So yeah, for buys, stop would be 13, 14 pips. 18. Does make sense, but I think we're going to wait a little bit here. Yeah, I think if I get a support formed on the 15 minute, that's going to be good. Because this next 30-minute candle's just opened. So, I mean, if it starts to, you know, wick down into this area and then drive back up, then that's going to be good, because then we can get that 15-minute support formed at this area. And then I think it's going to be a good idea to look for buys coming up to 137.540. But, I mean, this candle could just start to drive further up. So, I'm going to be pretty cautious of it, but we'll see. Ideally, what I want is like a weak bearish candle to close here, and then let's say the next one wicks down and breaks the high. That's going to be good as well. So we're going to wait. We're going to do a little bit of waiting here.
Because I've noticed you said before, like, if the first 15 minutes to the 30-minute, like, you know, goes the opposite direction, and then the next 15 minutes will be the last 15 minute, the 30-minute ends up breaking up, then obviously it could be a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, I think it does make sense on this candle to like take a
I
buy,
suppose.
but at the same time, I'm just like, well, if I wait just for a 15-minute support to be formed, then I'm gonna get a much better stop loss. And the other thing I'm thinking about here is I have no way of reducing the risk unless I get a 15-minute candle close against me. But if it just was to come down, I have no real area to reduce that risk. So, I mean, if I wait for a support to be formed, then I'd still have my stop below this candle, let's say. But then at that point, I'm like, okay, well, I know that if it breaks the low of, let's say, the 15-minute candle here, then I can reduce the risk and let the rest run. But we never know. It could come back below the range, and then we can catch a nice sell to come down and fill this wick. So I'm going to be more confident in the buys if I get a further support formed here, and I'm going to be confident in sells if I get a 30-minute candle come back and close back below this area. But it looks like a good liquidity grab, just literally what we were talking about before the stream. This could be a good liquidity grab to start driving further up. Morning, Imran.
Morning.
Morning, Sergio. Yeah, see, I don't want to be sitting in this drawdown right now. So a little bit more waiting involved here. Because it kind of looks like it created that resistance, and then this candle's created the support at this area. So again, if we get if this 15-minute candle, right, can maybe wick down, close above this area, and then the next one closes bullish, or maybe breaks the high. That depends, but maybe breaks the high. Look, we're gonna get a much better stop. It's gonna be like 8, 9, maybe 10 pips, and then to continue moving up is going to be good. But then how I'm going to catch a sell is obviously the first 15-minute candle would need to close back below the support, would be the first thing that we need to see. And then I might be like, okay, well then that makes sense. Maybe this 30-minute candle is going to start coming down to drop, but we don't know. We don't know at what point it's going to do that. Did I just get a subscriber? Because I want that zombie thing to start coming back on. Because I got subscribers yesterday throughout the stream and I didn't see no zombie. No zombie came up. Let me test subscriber. There we go. Did you see that? Oh no, you're watching the YouTube, are you?
Yeah, I didn't see it on the Zoom, so we have to watch it.
No, but delay as well, innit?
Yeah, I just
watching YouTube.
Yeah. No, I tested out the widget just to make sure it works, and it says it works, so. Would you consider better buys above 136.620 or 137.750? 620. Yeah. I mean, this range here above 620 it's like 16 pips. It's okay range. And then above 720, that's where your 770 is going to be the best range, because we have a whole clean range to fill. Yeah, and this is like a 50 pip range. So that's going to be the better range. But the reason I was looking for buys above this area is because, we potentially done a fake out. It does look like it wants to drop, but there's no confirmation for that. I can tell you that. So, there's still waiting involved here. And a lot of liquidity has been generated in this area. So this is why I was now a bit cautious of the sells. But if the 15-minute can come down, close back below this area, then maybe the sells are going to be back valid. But right now, there's no sells. And I didn't want to take a buy, because this is why I would want to wait for that support, because, price is coming down. I had no way of reducing the risk if I took a buy. And, right now I'd be in panic mode. It's about to nearly hit my stop. And, yeah, it's not going to be a good start to the day. So that's why it's going to be better to wait a little bit. But if it runs now, there was no confirmation. There was no confirmation. The 30-minute close. So here was the support. Right, here was support. Candle came down, closed below. The 30-minute candle closed back in the range. And then if this candle is to come down and just dump, then there was no confirmation for that to happen. No confirmation. So, yeah, I need to wait and see something that makes more sense.
Just saw the zombie when you subscribed.
Oh, you saw it.
Yeah, I watched on I watched on the YouTube, rewinded a bit, and yeah, quite funny.
Yeah, I might have to see what other ones they've got. Yeah, I think the zombie ones like they're standard. Yeah. See this 15-minute candle, it came down, it broke the low. The 30-minute candle would have stopped me out. So yeah, I'm pretty glad. Stuck to my guns. Being extra patient. Anyway, while we're waiting on GJ, let's break down some other pairs here. I know I was looking at Euro JPY. Euro JPY has just done a fake out on the 30-minute time frame. Yeah, Euro JPY has just done a fake out. So there's potential buys above 124.050. It's going to be the best bet. A minus support is going to be the best bet to continue moving up. But it's going to be a little bit counter trend. So just got to bear that in mind. So Euro JPY is a bit of waiting involved. Check out gold. Let's do some fresh analysis on gold. Looks like gold's trying to create a resistance to continue moving down. Let's look at the daily time frame on gold. So the daily did do what I thought it was going to do, and it broke the high of the previous daily, and it did come up to this resistance, right? It did come up. If you watched the stream yesterday, we were talking about how gold should continue moving up to this resistance area. It looks like it has done. Now this is the point at where, it's either going to come up and break above this resistance, or maybe it's gonna start retracing, and then we have like a support down over here on the daily. So let's go to the 4-hour time frame now. So looking at the 4-hour, this 4-hour candle is closing below this support. Right, it's closing below this support. So maybe this 4-hour is creating like a top wick, liquidity wick, to continue moving down to this next area. Let's look at the 1-hour time frame. We're gonna get some more information. Looking at the 1-hour, looks like it's done a fake out of this support. So maybe it's not gonna continue down, but at the same time, if it can create some resistance, it would need to come and break this level, and then the 4-hour should flip and then fill this range over here. So we're already starting to map out our ideas. Now let's go to the 30-minute time frame. So looking on the 30-minute time frame, we had a support over here. Candle came down, broke below support in the Asian session, and then continue moving down. We'll now come back up to this area to form like a resistance. So if this resistance does hold, then if we look at it from a 30-minute perspective, then we have maybe some clean traffic coming down to this area here. But ideally, once we start breaking below this area, the 4-hour should be, flipping bearish, and continue moving down. But ideally, when this support breaks, that's going to be the best bet to look for some sells, because then we have the low broken, and at that point the 4-hour should go bearish. But right now we are in a downtrend. Price has done a retracement, trying to form some resistance. So we'll see what happens at this area for price to continue moving down. But at the same time, if it does come back up above this area and form some support, then we have some clean candles coming up to this next resistance. So let's see what happens over here. Let's look at GJ. What's GJ doing? Let's look at the 15-minute. 15 minutes, still got 3 minutes left to close. So a little bit more waiting. Why are you looking for potential buys when GJ 4-hour is looking bearish? Okay, let's look at the 4-hour. So the 4-hour is currently bearish, but as me and Kelsey were literally just talking about before the stream. Okay, let's break it down for you like this. If we're looking for buys on GJ, let's look at the fact that this was a previous support on the 4-hour time frame, right? You can see this was a previous support. Now, this candle here, this 4-hour candle, it came up and it closed back above this 4-hour support. Now, these couple of 4-hour candles also closed above, and then we had a 4-hour candle create some support. Now, I know that this current 4-hour is bearish. This current 4-hour is bearish, but it hasn't closed yet. It's got 47 minutes left to close, and for all we know, if it closes back above this area, then it's rejected this whole down move. And let's talk about the fact that, okay, let's talk about this area as a zone. This area as a zone was once a rejection zone, right? So here was a rejection, another rejection, and you know, price was dropping from these rejection points, right? That's what we know as a rejection. Now, this candle here was your breakout candle. It pushed right through this zone, right? As we expected yesterday. If you watched the stream on GJ, I was saying how it should push right through the zone, and it did. And I caught those buys towards the end of the day. It happened right at the end of the day, but I just, basing off of like experience, we've really seen these sort of zones happen, and that's what we were looking for. So now we're looking at the fact that these rejections happen to push price down, and what I always want to see is, are we seeing rejections in this zone to start driving price further up? Because remember, this was a liquidity zone, you know, for like a sell-off area, and now the market sentiment has changed. This may be an area for liquidity to push price further up. So right now, as it stands, I know the 4 hours bearish, okay, but look at the way it's tapped into the zone, and now it's retracing. Okay, so now, okay, let's keep that in mind. The 4 hour is retracing, is tapped into the zone. What confirmations would we need to say maybe it's going to continue moving down? And what confirmations would we need to say that price is going to continue moving up? So let's go to the 1 hour. All right, if we go to the 1 hour, if I remove this, if we go to the 1 hour time frame, we can see that the 1 hour, right, it closed below this support. The next 1 hour candle also closed below, but it closed bullish, and this 1 hour candle is trying to form bearish. So we'd need a resistance formed in this area for price to continue moving down, right? Because right now it rejected this whole zone. Okay, this candle here, this 1 hour candle, it rejected this area. So we would need a resistance formed to give us further confirmation that, okay, maybe we're not going to reject. Maybe we are going to continue down. So when we go to the 30 minute, we're going to get way more information. And what we're going to see on the 30 minute time frame is we had a support formed, right? We had a support formed over here. And then this 30 minute candle, it came down, broke below the support. And then this candle came up and closed back in the range. So the 30 minute done a fake out. Now, 30 minute, obviously compared to the 1 hour is a stronger confirmation. So if we put it in confluence with the 1 hour, okay, so the 1 hour looks like it's trying to create a resistance below this level. So now how could I put into confluence that the 1 hour time frame should continue moving down? Well, I would say that if we go to the 30 minute time frame, I would say that this 30 minute candle needs to close bearish, and if it can close below this minor support here, then that's gonna be a much better opportunity to take a sell, right? Because then we have these wicks to fill, and it's closing below that zone. We can get a better stop loss, so that's gonna be a good day. Now at the same time, we look at the 15 minute close back below this area as I was looking at. So maybe this 15 minute is gonna come down, but I mean, if we wait for the 30 minute to close, there's the potential that if it closes below this area, then we're gonna have a much better confirmation to look for sells to continue moving down. So I just want to really see this candle close below this support, and then I'm going to be much more confident taking a sell, keeping stop loss above this area to continue down, because the information that we have on the smaller time frames is that the 30 minute done a fake out. So am I going to want to take a sell while the previous 30 minute candle closed bullish? No, because this candle hasn't closed yet. So I think there's a little bit more waiting involved. I think this 15 minute was maybe a good idea also to take a sell, but I want to be extra cautious here. And because today is like my last day that I can be, you know, like Friday is a day that you don't need to take a trade, etc. So today's like my last day that I want to take a good trade, a good profitable trade, really. And then tomorrow it's just complete relax. So I'm gonna wait for this 30-minute candle to close. If it closes back below this area, then I think we're gonna have a good day. We're gonna take a sell, we're gonna execute, and I think we're gonna have a good day. If it doesn't, if it closes back above this range, then there is the potential we can start looking for buys if we start to see supports formed, you know, etc, etc. So we have that. So if we do start seeing support formed here, we know the 4 hours only got what, 42 minutes left to close, and if it retraces all the way back up to this area, then we know that that's why the smaller time frames were closing bullish, right? So yeah, 12 minutes here left, and we could have a good day today. Are you at Black Bull Markets? Not yet. I'm moving over at the end of the month. I just don't want to disrupt my flow of trading, but I am going to be moving over to Black Bull at some point. So yeah, I hope that explanation helps. It's just, you know, right now we don't want to rush. We don't want to rush. So we've got plenty of time to look for a trade. So it's just, yeah, a bit more waiting involved. And I mean, look, if this 30-minute candle closes below this minor support, then we should have a good day here today. So just going to be extra patient and really wait for that to happen. You know, if you're looking for any like sells on Euro JPY, and I think you need to see it close below, back below this minor support. Let's measure this range over here. This range is like 20 pips on EJ, so pretty good range for sells. Sells is going to be better because it's with the trend. Gold is coming down. Looks like it's trying to create that resistance. GCAD's coming down. Needs to close below this support. Look at the 1 hour. Yeah, so again, same sort of thing with GCAD. Is coming into a really strong zone right now, so it could reject this area, so we don't know. That's why waiting for resistance is always going to be slightly better, because taking a sell on a break could come down, reject, start retracing, whereas if you wait for that resistance, as you know, it's the low, a low has already been created. So yeah, really keeping an eye on where this 30-minute candle closes right now. Because trust me, patience will pay you. Patience will pay you in trading. Let's look at the FTSE, right? Let's check out the FTSE. Let's go to the daily time frame here on the FTSE. So it did close below all of these wicks to the left hand side, so it is starting to come into maybe like another area, but let's look at the smaller time frames anyway. So looking at the 4 hour, so we look left, 4 hour, 4 hours trying to just create some support at this area, so that's okay. 4 hours trying to create some support. We also have like a resistance here. I know it's like a little bit of a gap, but we'll be able to see more clearly on the smaller time frames. So yeah, we have a resistance down over here, yeah, around this sort of area here, and then if we neaten this up, this is our support. So we are in a strong downtrend right now, so ideally we need to see like a break below this support, or at the same time a close back above this support for price to continue moving up, and then we should fill this range over here. But sales are going to be better back below this support, and then as we look left, okay, we have don't think we have. Oh no, we do have information. Okay. So we have clean traffic down to this area. We have, I think this is the zone right now, but I'll just double check by deleting it. So we do have clean traffic, and we also have maybe an area of issue down over here. So let me just go back. God, why is it taking so long? Okay, yeah, so we don't really need this zone here. Okay, cool. Was it that zone? Nope, we don't need this. Okay. Why the hell is it taking so long to go back? Jesus. Am I not even moving anywhere? What's going on? Jesus. Okay, that's just annoying. Okay, what the hell's happened here? Oh, I've gone too far right. What the hell?
Zombie came in.
Did the zombie... I didn't even see it.
No, just joking. You were saying, what the hell happened? Yeah, I think the zombie has made it.
Okay. Yeah. Alright, so this makes sense over here on the FTSE. I don't know. I think I just must have scrolled past it by accident. Check out what GJ's doing. So this 30-minute candle's got like 30 minutes left. 5 minutes left to close. And it does look like it's trying to close below, which is pretty good for us. But if it closes above, no sells. No sells.
And if it closes at the same line as the bullish candle?
No sells.
Damn.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to run now at this point. But see, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. I don't mind this because if we look at the 15-minute as well, what this is giving us some confluence for is the fact that, okay, this 15-minute candle, it closed back below this area. So if we can, okay, even if this 15-minute candle closes bullish, let's say, that still should mean the 30-minute candle will close below this area, which is our 30-minute support, which is what we want. And then if we get like a 15-minute candle close resistance at this area, either way, I'm going to execute the sell based on the 30-minute. But see, the 15-minute candle, the first 15-minute, we want to see create a resistance after this candle. Because then that's going to give us the further catalyst to continue moving down. So
yeah,
we can already start to envision what we want to see print. And then, yeah, so 30-minute looks good. 4 minutes left for this candle to close. So I think it's going to be pretty good. HFX, you are a 30-minute close trader. 15-minute doesn't work for you, right? Well, that's not necessarily true. Like, yeah, I base trades off the 30-minute. Like right now, I'm waiting for this 30-minute candle to close. But I'm looking at the 15-minute, like what confluences is there, you know? So what I've noticed a lot is I looked at a lot of my losing trades, and there was opportunities to really manage the trade or get a better entry or whatever it is. There's opportunities on the 15-minute, but the difference was I spent a lot of my time, right, when I first started out, or I spent a lot of my time when I was really trying to build a strategy focusing on the 30-minute and the 1 hour, right, because they're higher time frame confirmation. So when you spend more time focusing on the higher confirmation time frame, I then started to say, okay, let's not trade off the 15, but let's just watch. Let's just sit and watch. And now what I've been able to do is really look at the 15-minute and put it into confluence with the 30-minute time frame to say, okay, well, you know, if the 15-minute does this, then the 30-minute should be, you know, doing etc. So, you know, like the example I just used is we're looking at now, okay, the 30-minute candle is closing below, which is good. Let's look on the 15-minute. Even if this 15-minute candle closes bullish, if we get another 15-minute candle close bearish, then the next one should continue moving down. Now, what does that give us? It gives me an opportunity to reduce risk. Okay, gives me an opportunity to reduce the risk. And then if the trade, you know, if there's any issues with the trade, we can manage the risk at that point. And, you know, we can use the 15-minute to do that. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a shame if we miss it in the last 2 minutes, but that's just how it goes. So right now, like we were saying on the, you know, this 15-minute candle, if it came down and closed back below this area, then, you know, price should continue moving down. But then I'm like, okay, but let's wait for the 30-minute candle to close, and then it's gonna be pretty good. And if this 15-minute candle closes bearish, then I have a point at which to reduce risk, right? Because I don't really want to see a candle come up and break that high. I want to see the next candle to continue moving down. So we can put the two time frames in confluence. So we got like a minute left here for this candle to close. So let's start to measure. So if this 30-minute candle does close below in this minute, then I'm going to execute a sell, keeping the stop above these two 30-minute candles. Okay, it's really important. Stop loss above this 30-minute candle. But hey, this 30-minute candle needs to close below. Ooh, look at this retracement. Look at this. Yeah, it needs to close stronger than that, I can tell you. Yeah, I want to see a real... Oh, look at this, man. This is just a great example why it is so important to wait for a candle to... Oh, wow. Yeah, see? Yeah. But you see what? You see now? It's not closing below. So... yeah, there's no sell. There's no sells. But what there is there's maybe now the potential for buys, right? Because we're looking at this area, it's closed back above. And, you know, if we get a support formed here, maybe a break of the high, but I'm not so confident in that. If I see a bottom wick first, it comes down and then it starts to drive up, breaks the high, maybe. I just need to think about that, because ideally I want to wait for another support to form. So yeah, guys, this is just a fantastic lesson. Wait for candles to close. And I'm glad that, again, stuck to my guns, and I was like, okay, let's wait for the 30-minute candle to close. You know, let's really wait for that higher time frame confirmation. Okay, so right now there's no sells. In my opinion, there's no sells. The 1 hour, yeah, could, but it looks like it's already created its bottom wick, and if this 1 hour flips, then, you know, we have clean counter left. We look on the 30-minute, we have clean counter left hand side. So it just, yeah, it gets like that, I'm afraid. Yeah, this is a really, really important concept, waiting for candles to close. What would you look into trying to sell again? Yeah, just we need a close below this support. You know, if we look at the 15-minute time frame, it's way too messy right now. So, you know, we can't use the 15-minute for any you know, entries. But what we're looking for is I mean, if price is going to continue... Okay, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. This 4-hour candle has got 1 30-minute left. So, like I say, if this candle's going to flip bullish, then this 30 minutes is going to do the dance, right? It's going to do the move. It's going to continue up. If the 4 hour is going to, you know, close bearish, then we should start to see a break of this support at some point, because the next 4 hours got to create maybe a top wick and then continue down. Maybe an entry on the break of the high. What's the range? The range is too small though. That's the only thing for me. Stop's not going to be too bad. 8, 9 pips, but I want to see this candle close bullish realistically, but I think the break of the high could work. You know, we have clean candle to the left, clear rejection, so that could work, but at the same time I think it's going to be better to wait. Yeah, it's a bit of a small range, you know. The buys don't feel right. I know what you're saying, but I mean, overall we are still in an uptrend, so don't let this small move confuse the bigger picture, you know. So we are still in an uptrend, but yeah, like you say, it's not a big range. I'm looking at that, but if I get a support formed here, then it's going to be a better confirmation anyway, and then, you know, maybe we could get the full 15, because if I get a bullish candle close around this area, then it's going to be better. But let's wait anyway. I think there's going to be a bit more waiting involved here today, you know, because the 4 hour close is coming up soon. So there's a few things that, yeah, we need to wait. Because I know some people got in sells down over here. I know someone did. There's always one. There's always one impatient person who couldn't wait for that candle to close, and he was like, oh, I can get a better entry, I can do this. And now he's regretting the moment he clicked the button. How many people we got here today? We've got 40 people in the building. Thanks everyone for coming towards the stream. Let's check out gold. So gold 30-minute candle closed bearish. Still trying to, you know, respect this area as a resistance. So should continue moving down. But yeah, no trade on gold yet. GCAD. So GCAD 30-minute did close below this support. So let's look at the 15-minute. I think right now maybe it's going to be good to... Yeah, I don't know. GCAD just makes my brain freeze.
Yeah, I'll probably wait for resistance at this level on the 30-minute.
Yeah.
And to get down to like 1.72200, because that's where like the high time frame rejections are at. So if we're going to go for sales, that's where my targets would be.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. I think... Let's look at the 15-minute. That's so loud, that noise. I don't know why it makes that. Yeah, I think you're going to be good. I think you're going to be good to that area. The 15-minute candle's clean, so... But, yeah, like you say, if it's going to move all of this, it's probably going to be better to wait for a resistance. You know, and then maybe you're not going to get caught out in these, you know, these wicky areas. So, yeah, GJ looks like it wants to start pushing up. Looks like maybe it will break the high, but we'll see. I'm just like, it's like, yeah, I know it's probably gonna work out, but then I'm just like, I don't know. Ideally, I just want this candle to close bullish, because then I'm gonna have a much better trade. Let's check out Euro JPY. Okay, come on guys, who's got a chart? Who's got a chart for me this morning?
I think I've managed to sort out that noise. I've just
nice.
disabled noises. I didn't know how to do it, but should it out.
Okay, cool.
Should be good now.
Do you know what? I have to be honest. I didn't hear none of your noises. So.
No, you know that like that loud noise
Yeah.
you just heard. That was my MetaTrader.
Oh, that was your computer, was it?
Yeah.
I thought that was mine.
Nah, yours does it as well, does it?
Yeah, mine does.
You
that
have to
as well.
go tools, options.
Let me do that now.
Yeah.
That noise pees me off. Tools,
options, and then on events, click on that, and then it says enable sound effects, and then just cancel it.
Sound effects. Enable sound effects. Oh, you just. Oh, I see.
Yeah, just unclick it. Yeah.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah, it should be good now.
Wicked. Thanks for that. I think I had a question in the YouTube. I was looking on gold yesterday. Gold is a he. He's very difficult for a beginner. How can I master him? How can you master gold? Ooh, it's a difficult question. It's just like anything, bro. Just repetition, consistency, testing. You got to test ideas. I don't think you can really master gold. Like I think you just master your plan. Like when you have a plan, you just got to master that plan to the point that you execute, you do whatever you've tested in the exact way that you have tested to do it so that it works. So I don't think you can necessarily master a pair, because look, if you go into trading having a mentality that you're gonna beat the market, it's
especially not gold.
Yeah, especially gold. You think that you're gonna beat the gold market, man. Gold is gonna take your savings away from you. So
I did open yesterday a buy position. It's gonna be a swing position, based on fundamentals, basically about the elections, about the bill as well. That looks like the stimulus package is gonna go ahead in the US. So yeah, I'm expecting, like, been reading, studying, and expecting that short term, long term, it should be back to 2,000 an ounce. So I just opened like a 0.1 lot, and yeah, expecting that it's gonna work out. Let's see.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, pretty good. I definitely think with the elections coming up, that's gonna have a major impact.
It looks like all the investors are betting on Biden to win the elections, which will decrease the dollar, and the inflation will rise. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. If Biden gets in, then gold's gonna go pretty bullish. Pretty bullish, that's what I think.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I with all the like polls and that, I don't know. They said in 2016 that Hillary Clinton was gonna win by a mile, and it was the complete opposite. So yeah, I don't really trust any of them polls. They didn't even think, in our election, in the UK election, that Conservatives were gonna win by much, but they won by a mile as well. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I think with that, I don't know. But like personally, I think Trump's gonna get re-elected, but we'll see. We will see. But either way, no matter what happens, you've got your plan in place, and it's pretty good. But yes, anyway, just talking about gold, and how can you master it? I just think, look, you just gotta treat gold like, how do I say, like the first time you ride a bike, you have stabilizers, you have someone holding the back. Just take it slow, don't rush. Just really test out ideas, and when you find something that's a winning strategy, you just got to apply that discipline and master that discipline. Just focus on mastering the discipline, mastering sticking to the plan, because once you've tested out ideas and it works, that's where you have to master that plan, and that's where you can start to increase your risk and things like that. But until you master yourself, really is what it really boils down to. Until you master yourself, you're gonna have a hard time trying to master a currency pair. You know, like, I wouldn't even consider myself a master of GJ yet. I just would say that I've mastered the ability to stick to my plan. You know, I've mastered the ability to stay true to my discipline, and you know, things like that. So just go forward with that attitude, rather than the attitude of I want to master a pair, because you'll never master a pair. You know, the market's going to do what the market's going to do. You know, we can't predict where price is going to go. We can only speculate. You know, a prediction is like saying I think it's going to go up, but we never know if price is going to go up or down. We just have to look for clues and things like that. So just really focus on being the best. Just focus on your performance as a trader. Focus on your abilities as a trader. Look to improve those abilities, and then it will naturally come. You know, it will naturally come. That's what I would say. Bank of England speaks in 40 minutes. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, okay. Actually, is Forex Factory should be back running now. I know it was down the other day, but oh yeah, so we've got Bank of England. Could be okay. I don't think they're gonna say nothing new, but what I am more concerned about, in fact, is you've just reminded me that I know that today EU talks resume. So if anything, we're gonna have to be very cautious today, in terms of the fact that I know that there are EU talks with the UK. So
yeah, important day to set up stop loss.
yeah. Moral of the story: make sure you set a stop loss, get it in there quick.
Yeah.
Don't chance it. And that's it. Morning, Charlie. So yeah. So apart from that, we don't have any other news. Yeah, see, this was yesterday. UK agrees to continue trade talks with European Union. So yeah. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe that's gonna be the catalyst to push GJ further up today. I know it was yesterday, but can you explain your second entry? My second entry. Yeah, so obviously all day I knew that once we broke above, around 137, price was going to continue up. So this candle did close above, and then I was like, okay, well, stop's going to be pretty big, so maybe I missed it. And then when I was on the 15-minute time frame, we had another zone here. And this 15-minute candle came up, closed above this zone. So I was like, okay, well, maybe it's going to come up and fill this range, which, looks pretty good. We now got bullish momentum coming into the market, right? So I want to see a support form. So once this 15-minute candle closed like a weak bullish with a long wick to the upside, I was like, okay, well, maybe that's the point. We're going to see like a retracement, a support formed, and then a retest. So then we had this 15-minute bearish candle close. Now this 15-minute bearish candle was a very weak bearish candle, and it closed with a long wick to the downside. So it was almost like liquidity being generated. So my entry point was over here, break of the high of the 15-minute. It was a bit of aggressive, but really expecting price to continue pushing up, which it did. Secured everything up over here at the wick fill and called it a day. And it did run up to this area. So yeah, that was my GJ trade yesterday. But that kind of came with a bit more experience. It's not like I traded the London close. It was just I was waiting all day for this maybe, and I was like, okay, let's just go to the gym. If it happens later on, then maybe there's a chance I could take it. If not, it is what it is. And it did come up, and yeah, execution was based off this 15-minute push with volume, coming into the London close. That last push of volume to push price further up, which looks like did happen. So GJ now still got 13 minutes left for this candle to close. The 4 hours coming to a close. So this is where it does get kind of interesting. So yeah, I mean, if this candle closes bullish, then I think there's a much higher chance price is going to continue moving up. Because I think if it's going to continue down, then this candle should come to a close below this area. But we're coming into, you know, the end of the 4 hour, so I also don't want to get caught out in the next 4 hour top wick if it's for sells. So I'll be much more confident for buys if we get like a bullish candle close. But yeah, I don't know, let's just wait the 12 minutes and then we can assess from there.
Think that we could see some correction of that big move from yesterday?
Maybe it is possible, but at the same time I'm looking at, okay, let's look at the daily and let's try and tell a story with the daily. So if we, okay, in fact, let's tell a story with all the time frames while we got some time over here, because if I don't know if he was here before the stream, but we were talking about this. So
oh yeah, no, sorry, I wasn't.
that's fine. That's fine. Well, I'm gonna go back over it as well because it will make more sense why I think GJ could continue moving up to this area here on the daily, so around 138, because this is our strongest level. You know, this is our strongest level, and this is the point at which we had that continuation drop. So we can continue pushing higher up for definite. But anyway, so looking on the daily, we know that we are respecting this area as a support, so that's fine. Now, we were talking about this area as a zone. This was a zone, and I was looking at the fact that, okay, so Monday's candle came up, tried to come through this zone, rejected this area. Tuesday's candle came up, right, rejected this area. Thursday's candle pushed right through this zone. It's ripped right through this zone. So always what I want to see, because we were having rejections over here, you know, to reject to the downside, I kind of want to see the same thing occur, but rejection to drive further up, right? Because if this zone wasn't important, then this daily candle should come right back through the zone, and then there's, you know, that whole move is going to get corrected. So that's what we're looking at on the daily. Now, if we start to go on the smaller time frames, things are going to start to make a lot more sense. So let's go to the 4 hour. Now, as we go to the 4 hour, this was that daily zone that we were just talking about, right? This whole area here. So we know rejection, and then we had a breakout. This was the breakout of the zone. This 4 hour candle, it came up and it broke out of the zone. Now, when we look left, we can paint the picture that this was a previous support on the 4 hour time frame, right? And what we know is the fact that, okay, this 4 hour candle is coming down right now, and that's fine. But at the same time, we're looking at the fact that it's coming into this rejection zone. So this is why I wanted to see, you know, resistance formed at this area and candles really breaking down, because then I may say, okay, well, okay, maybe there's a chance we're going to correct this move. But the next 4 hour would have to really push through this area, right? But at the same time, this 4 hour hasn't closed yet. And if it starts to reject this area and close very weak, like up at this area, then maybe the next 4 hour candle, the smaller time frames, are going to continue to push price further up. So I am very cautious of the sells, you know, coming into this huge rejection area. But at the same time, we've seen that, you know, London kind of pushes price down, and then maybe New York, London kind of pushes price up, and then New York kind of pushes price down. But today, London session is bearish, so maybe it is going to continue down. But that's why I wanted to really wait for a candle to close below this area, because then we're going to get much higher confirmation that this area wasn't a rejection. Because now when we go on the 30-minute time frame, we see these 3 candles, they also all rejected this whole zone. This is that whole zone. So This is why I was considering waiting for one more bullish candle here, because then this whole zone was a liquidity grab to start to drive further up. But the fact that we're getting this candle maybe closed below this area, maybe this is not a liquidity area to drive up, and maybe price is going to continue moving down to correct this move. So it's where we have to kind of use the smaller time frames, higher time frames in confluence with one another. So yeah, I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, thank you.
That's all right. So yeah,
We got some buys on GCAD now.
you're in buys.
Yeah, as soon as we broke on the 15 minutes.
Do you mean sells? Sorry.
Sorry, sales.
Yeah. I was looking at it,
Yeah, I'm in sales as well on that.
Oh.
Yeah, see, I think once
As
this
it broke down.
I think this 15-minute came down, broke the low of the previous 15-minute. That was pretty good.
Yeah, by the book.
Yeah, it looks good now. It looks good. I think, I think you got some clean traffic, but I'll just be careful that it doesn't, do like a retracement, because I think the 4 hours coming to a close as well. Yeah, we'll see. Should be good. Just got to really manage the trade at this point. So what's GJ doing right now? Man, GJ looks tough today, I have to admit. It's really rejecting this area. It's really failing to break below. But we'll see. Well, hey, we've got a chart over here. Thank you, Imran. We'll check that out for you. Quick time. If it will let me copy it. Okay, and then I just got out of 4 and a slash. Okay. Right, so waiting for price to break below and create resistance, clean traffic to the left. Yep, pretty good. Or better buys above here. I still think you could get buys above this 124.060 level. But yeah, I would just be aware of this. So I think your best bet is, because it's like a counter trend, you may want to wait for a support. It's probably going to be better. But yeah, makes sense. Oh, I see. Would buys be better above here, or would you consider the traffic? Yeah, so what I would say is if you get like a support formed above this area, then I think it's still going to be good to maybe pierce through this zone. And then, you could either wait for like that retracement there to continue up. So I think you got a couple of good targets here, but because that's a counter trend trade, it's probably going to be better to wait for a support in my opinion. But whether that would be above this area or above this area, it depends. So if you get a close above, that's up to you whether you want to risk the counter trend breakout, which can work. But if you want to be, a bit more secure and you want to be a little bit more confident, then maybe let it do its thing. If it does come up back into the zone, it should retrace, and then if it forms a support here again, then you know that you're going to be able to catch a much better buy. So, but apart from that, everything looks good. Oh, sorry. It says, when taking buy entries, do you take into regard this area? Oh, now this is old history. This is old information. This is your new information. So this is your consolidation, and then you want to be taking trades, this area or below this area, and then you also have this range up over here to fill. So you have a couple of ranges. So even if you miss this, you don't need to stress, because you have this whole move as well. So all right, what's GJ doing? Oh, it's coming down. Yeah, looks like
I've closed some out on GCAD now as it's coming down.
Yeah, me too, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Well, looks like so far it's leaving me no confirmation. I mean, the only confirmation is, say, maybe based on the 1 hour, but I didn't like it because the 30-minute was kind of giving mixed signals, So yeah, maybe we're gonna wait for some form of pullback. or resistance. If I get a resistance kind of below this area, that's going to be pretty good. Because this is like a minor support. So if we get like a minor resistance formed here for price to continue moving down. But at least we know that the 4 hour is closing into this zone. We have a 30-minute candle closing into this zone. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, Ash overslept. Tut tut tut. But yeah, I think EJ is just ranging right now. Yeah, EJ just raging. Yeah, looks like gold was destined to come down to this zone. Oh yeah, you guys caught some nice sells on GCAD there.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, I could have got in actually when you did Sergio, but I waited for the 30-minute low to get broken.
Okay.
Because I don't really use the 15. But that would have been a better entry though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you usually always wait for the 30 minutes, or it really depends?
Yeah, I don't really look at the 15 as of yet because I know GCAD can be a bit tricky sometimes. But like, looking at the higher time frames, it does seem like we need to pull back. So we'll probably continue down a bit more.
Okay.
Okay, so GJ's coming down. This candle's got like 1 minute left to close. Yeah, I'm gonna need to see some form of minor resistance, otherwise I can't take a sell. But yeah. Yeah, GJ's been tough this morning. It's been pretty
Last
tough.
few days, like so big moves with not much confirmation. Like, yeah, it's pretty difficult.
Yeah, I mean, we respected this area twice and then decided to drop. So I think it got difficult to take a sell at this point. So just gonna need to wait. There's, you know, we could still catch a sell. So I'm just gonna wait patiently. You know, we still got an hour and a half left to take a sell. So who knows what will happen? Who knows? Let's get some music in here. It's pretty quiet. We all love the tunes. No, you guys in Zoom can't hear it.
Yeah, I think on GCAB we might start rejecting off this around this area now for the next 4 hour.
Yeah. I mean,
just looking to the left.
Yeah, you could have some issues over here.
I close everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I closed that as well.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Well done, guys.
Solid.
Yeah, solid trade. Okay, so at least now we know that GJ has broken below support successfully. So, you know, at this point now, just waiting for some form of minor resistance, and then we can look to take a sell. Or we're gonna miss it. Morning, Gustavo. I mean, I think like looking back now, you know, I mean, I'm not gonna say like I should have taken it, but this break of this 15-minute low was the catalyst, because, you know, we can see that we were creating these low points, right, like this, that were, you know, becoming higher lows, and then once we broke this low, we would have been creating like a lower low. But maybe I'm overcomplicating it. I think it was pretty difficult to take a trade. So remember, guys, still doing the giveaway at 1K Magic Keys giveaway. So make sure you're subscribed to be entered into that. Yeah, see, I'm happy if this 15-minute candle can close bullish, because then if the next one can create a minor resistance, then we still have a fair good range to continue moving down. Hello, Philip. Anyone clearing? I'm not sure what you mean by clearing. But yeah. Yeah, looks like this 15 minutes maybe creating like a liquidity wick to continue moving down. Yeah, breaking the low of that doji candle would have been good for sales. Yeah, makes sense. It does make sense, but I don't like it. This Forex or HFX? This is Forex, but I'm known as HFX. I think you've seen the other HFX thing that's on YouTube, but no, that's not me. And there goes GJ. Yeah, today's been pretty tough so far. So check out gold. Gold's got a little bit more room to come down. EJ still ranging. Euro JPY has created a support. Yeah, I think that's smart from GCAD to secure profits anyway. I'd always advise that, but it may do like a retracement. Yeah, we'll check out US 30 in a minute. Just want to really focus on what GJ is doing. Yeah, I think at this point GJ should continue moving down. There we go.
I took a risky entrance on the 15 minutes as soon as we rejected. Like I took it as a liquidity.
Oh, this area here,
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
A couple of entries, so they're running pretty nice.
Oh, pretty good.
Yeah, it was a bit risky, so I didn't want to say anything on the stream, just in case
Someone
in YouTube is gonna blow their accounts.
Yeah, Sergio's in a sell. Let's go full margin.
I'm in as well.
Yeah.
You got in as well, Greg?
Yes.
Pretty nice.
That's my Greg. That's why I'm lucky today.
Yeah, nah, no sell for me.
also based on M15.
Yeah, no, it made sense.
Yeah, but yeah, for everyone to see as well on the YouTube that, yeah, I mean, you didn't call it, but we had the knowledge from you, from the group, what have we been learning from the webinars and everything. So yeah, very nice. Thank you.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I wanted to wait for a minor resistance, but pretty good, especially if you got in up on this area, because then you actually could have got your stop above this 15-minute, because it has no business coming back to this area at this point. No way.
Yeah. Yeah, I was also kind of hoping that we will correct that move from yesterday.
Yeah.
So I was a bit more confident. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, if this daily does go bearish and it corrects the move, then it could, you know, push all the way back through that zone that we were talking about. You know, so if it does that, then it's gonna be, I think next week we're gonna see some heavy sells, I have to say.
It's under a lot of pressure, I'm guessing, with the Brexit and everything. So it's not really clear the direction.
Yeah. You know, and as the country's just putting places into more restrictions and things, like, you know, how can they expect there to be a recovery, you know? It's like cutting yourself and putting a plaster on it, but then you keep cutting yourself, you know? It's like, it's not really making a recovery. Oh, GCAD's still dropping over here.
Yeah, like my last 3 winning trades, I left a run and got stopped on it, and then today I just closed out and it's just ran.
And it's ran 40 pips. Man, see,
One of those.
that is just literally, if you could sum the market up, that's what it does, man. It is there to kick you when you're down.
All the time.
Yeah, this is why you just gotta really understand that that's what it just does, and you know, you just gotta stick to your plan, and no matter what happens, it is what it is, you know. But yeah, these sells were pretty good actually on the 15. Like, looking back, I know they've been aggressive, but as this 15-minute was coming up, like this 15-minute candle closed below support, so it makes sense. It would have been good stop loss, but I'm still waiting. I mean, I don't know, we could see a pullback, a resistance, and then a continuation with momentum, and then at that point I could catch a really nice sell. So hey, you guys could have 3 winning trades here today, so let's see.
There we go.
Yeah,
Come on, man, push down.
no, we don't want it to push down. I want to get an entry over here. No, it's right for you guys. No,
Healing the mentor.
yeah, exactly. The mentor's got to get something out of today.
Start flicking the screen up now,
Yeah.
trying to get it to push up.
Yeah, yeah, exactly that.
But you try something, I'll rip your face off, 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 face off,
Man, you lot are missing out on these tunes. YouTuber must be having a rave. They're making me laugh.
I'll rip your face off.
Are you still trading Asian, Harrison?
I mean, yeah, like I'm still kind of trading it, but I mean, the amount of trades I take on Asian is just, it's non-existent now. It's just, yeah. I mean, I still do like the pre-analysis every day, but last couple of days
Yeah.
I've been pretty busy in the evenings, and to be honest with you, it's done nothing. So it'd have been a waste of
Yeah.
time. But to be honest, I haven't seen it move properly in a few months now. Like around March to June, it was crazy. The moves I was catching on GJ in the Asian was mad, but I haven't seen it move like that in a long
Yeah,
while.
since I started on the group, I think I didn't open a single trade on Asian. There was nothing, but
No.
like, literally nothing since lockdown.
Yeah, no, it's been so slow. So I think when I see it start picking up, then I'm gonna be a little bit more confident, like taking, you know, more entries. But realistically, I don't want to be taking more than 2 to 3 Asian trades a week, you know, because if I take a trade every night on Asian, it's gonna overall affect
Yeah.
my profit and loss.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it got much better for you, the change from Asian to London, right?
Oh, definitely. I think London was a bit of a godsend, you know.
Move, yeah.
Because literally me and Kelsey were talking about this yesterday, and we were just talking about the fact that, like, obviously my whole trading career so far, I've always focused on Asian and New York, and what that's allowed me to do is almost for Asian session, right, I'm like, okay, where's price gonna go? And it never happens in the Asian session. So I'll wake up and I'll be like, oh, London session push price to my target, right? So I'm like, oh, it did exactly what I expected it to do in the Asian in the London session. And then I'm looking at New York and I'm like, yeah, New York's pretty volatile, it's pretty difficult. And then I'm always looking at London like, man, London makes so much sense. London makes so much sense. And it's been like this for so long now. And then I just was like, you know what? Like, I've got so much, I'd say I'm more experienced with the London session than I am with the New York, even though I trade New York, just based on the fact that I understand it so much better. So then it was almost like a little bit of a sign, like, you know, with the live stream, I was like, it's the only real session, it's the only hours that I can live stream, because in the afternoon I'm busy, you know, obviously Raja does his stream, so it's going to be pretty difficult to do a New York live stream. And then I was like, okay, I know that most of the moves that I could catch would be from London Open to pre-New York, right? Because that's where we get that extra volume coming in. So it's almost like a bit of a sign that this was the session for me. And over the last few months, like, it's just been working out really well. So yeah, but Asians kind of like, if I see,
but it's good to know, yeah, that since you tell me, sorry, that yeah, there was volume before, because yeah, my experience, I thought that Asian was nothing really. But if you're saying that yeah, there was moves before, I don't know what's going on now then.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you saw it in March, April, May, it was crazy. I was catching moves every session. It was just simple.
Wow,
know?
it's hard to believe right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. Because you look at it now and it's like, it's just flat. You know, it's like a Coke that you've left the lid open for like 3 days. It's just it's flat. Like, it's awful. But yeah. To me, London Open is the best time to trade. Yeah, London Open's pretty good. I just kind of like to wait maybe for a little bit of that initial volatility to kind of settle, and then give us a bit more of like a clear direction. So obviously, like, London session's not like, I'm not like there yet where I want to be. You know, I've still got some improvements to make in myself, and that is what trading is. You know, you can never be really the master, because every day is a new day. Every situation's slightly a new situation. Obviously, we see the same things happen, and you know, that's what trading's about. But it's a new situation, but you've seen similar things happen or the same thing happen. So it's always testing your abilities, you know. So obviously, as I stream more and more, I'm just gonna constantly getting better and better. And then, you know, give it a year, I could probably confidently say, you know, that, you know, London session's gonna be my you know, best session really. So
yeah, makes sense also with the hours, I guess, since you are based in London and everything as well.
yeah, exactly.
Instead of staying late and waiting for nothing. I mean, that must be so frustrating as well.
Yeah, I think as well, like doing it in the morning, it allows me to have a really good daily routine. You know, I wake up.
Yeah.
I wake up. I make some breakfast. I'll do the chart. You know, get on the charts. Start the live stream. Then, you know, then after that, I've got the afternoon. I'll go down to the gym. I'll get things done I need to do. You know, so it allows me to have the day. Whereas with the New York, it was like wake up. I got a few hours to do nothing. Go trade, and then it's like, you know, maybe mid-afternoon, and then I'm done, and it's like, okay, now I've only got a couple of hours to kind of cram in the gym, etc. And then, you know, it's like the day.
Yeah, it's more healthy mentally.
Yeah, so trading in the mornings is so much better for me, so much better. News in 7 minutes. I think you're talking about the I think he's talking about the what's it called? Where am I looking? Yeah, I think you're talking about the Bank of England Bailey Speaks, but that starts in 7 minutes, you know, so it's not like an actual figures coming out or anything like that. So it's kind of any time from there we could see some volatility. But I'm liking this retracement on GJ, because then if I get, you know, minor resistance formed, it's going to be a good idea to continue moving down. Do you trade full time? Yes, I trade full time now. I start to trade 7:30, and most of the time at 9:30 I'm done. I have all day free. Yeah, exactly. You know, trading is about making, you know, you got to make trading part of your routine, and making trading part of your routine is trading the hours that you can trade, you know. I mean, I know obviously some people got jobs and things, and you have to understand that when you have jobs, that's kind of your priority, and you just got to treat trading like that side hustle, you know. And if you ever get to a point where your side hustle, your secondary income, becomes more than your primary income, that's the point at which you know that you can make that change, you know. But you don't want to rush that. You don't want to rush that process. Like, you know, I've got a couple of other things going on the side. So trading, like, in the next few months is going to be my primary source of income. That's what I want to, you know, use it as. You know, over the last few months, I've been building towards that confidence to be able to say, okay, I want to be able to withdraw at the end of the month. I want to be able to reap the benefits of the hours I'm putting in. But I took the time and the patience to understand that. You know, I really didn't want to rush into the idea of trading full time, because at the end of the day, I don't want to put that pressure on myself to be able to do that. So I just thought, okay, I'm doing other things on the side, so if I treat trading as my hobby, and I treat trading as like the thing that I really want to do for my, you know, my life or whatever, as my you could say career path, you know, being able to build that confidence from the bottom up is what's allowing me now to see the progression that, okay, well, you know, at the end of the month I'm going to be making potentially my first withdrawal, or even at latest at the end of next month is going to be my first withdrawal that I'm going to reap the benefits of all the months of hard work, you know. And all these months of hard work have been being humble, you know, taking small trade positions and really building up from there, because you're not going to be profitable on a 5,000 account if you can't do it on a £100 account. And the minute I did it on the small account was the day I realized that concept is true. You know, if you can't do it on a small account, you won't do it on a big account. So you do need to start from the bottom and work your way up. Too many people rush that process, you know, and just trust me, it makes the whole thing a lot longer. You know, I spent a year trying to be profitable when I wasn't in a position to even be profitable. You know, I didn't have experience. You know, I'd only been learning Forex for a year before that. And, you know, even a year is a long time. But think about it, a year to then start making money from something isn't a long time, you know? So obviously different people progress at different rates, but I was kind of going alone, and, you know, I had no, it was a lot of things were trial and error, basically, you know, a lot of things were trial and error. And after all the errors, I finally found my destined path in trading, and that was to take it slow. Just treat every day, right? Every single day is a new day. Whether your previous day was a losing day, whether your previous day was a winning day, every day is a new day. And you need to wake up every day knowing that your goal is to just get better, right? It doesn't matter if you only learn the smallest of things. Every day is a new opportunity to improve. And trust me, with that mentality, you're just going to keep pushing, you know? You also got to have a mentality that you're not going to give up. You know, you can't give up. If you're losing, you can get to the other side, but you just have to be persistent. You just have to be dedicated, you know? You can't give up at these hurdles. Life is going to test you, and trust me, trading is this is why I love trading, because it's like life, you know? The losing days are the days that test you, of your character, of your person, and you just have to keep going, you know? And just trust me, the market is going to put you through serious pain, you know? I mean, the market has literally put me through blood, sweat and tears. I've lost money, I've been frustrated, it's put me in a bad day, you know? It's made me go home and just completely doubt my whole self. You know, I can't tell you what psychologically it's put me through, but it was the minute I realized I put myself through that, not the market. All right, the market's going to do what the market's going to do, you know? Life is going to do what life's going to do. You can't control things that happen, you know? But what you can control is the way you deal with those situations. I used to go home after a losing day or a day of over trading, and I'd be mad, you know? I'd take it out on other people. When you really look in the mirror, who does it boil down to? You know, it boils down to it's you. Yeah, you're the reason, and you know, you have to take responsibility. And the minute you accept that is the minute that you realize what's necessary to make a change. And you know, I'm not gonna rant on about it, but honestly, some people do need to hear it, because it took me to realize that. You know, it took myself to realize these concepts. And you know, maybe hearing it from someone else, people might see that from within themselves. You know, if you get stopped out in a trade, you can't blame that loss on the market. All right, the market is what is gonna do what it's gonna do, and that's it. You know, you can't blame you over trading on, oh well, the market presented and I lost all this money, and it's that fault. It's, you know, it's the market's fault. It's not the market's fault. You know, it's your fault. And that's it. You know, we can't, the losses you have to treat as just a lesson, and you know, all of these things. So yeah, I don't want to go on too much about it, but honestly, just trust me, it takes time, it takes consistency, and just, you know, really try and detach yourself from the negatives that do come with trading. Okay, because taking, you know, 2-3 losses in a row, it will affect you. You know, we're all human. Okay, it's okay to be frustrated, but at the end of the day, you have to say to yourself, all right, look, I took 2 losses, I took 3 losses, but tomorrow's a new day. All right, I knew I overtraded. I just have to stop. You know, I just have to focus. I know what I need to do, and I just have to implement it, and that's it. Thank you, Sergio.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, cheers, mate. You know, people do need to sometimes be reminded that it's not gonna come easy. You know, it's not gonna come easy. I mean, people don't want to tell you. You know, I'm probably one of the very few that I know that I've heard really drill it in. You know, people say to me,
yeah,
oh, if I sign up with you, will I be profitable? And I'm like, look, the fact you say that straight away is almost a bad sign. Only you can make yourself profitable. I can just give you the skills to be profitable.
I don't blame them. It's just there is so much hype on the social media,
Oh yeah.
and it's just these people, they have economic issues and so, and they just come here and they really sometimes I feel bad for them.
Yeah, I do feel bad for people. I mean, I know people have said to me, "Oh, I want trading to be my savior, to get you out of debt or all these things." I'm like, it's just not gonna work like that, because they've been almost brainwashed into thinking that it's gonna make them money quick. When, oh my God, it's just not. In fact, they're gonna lose their money that they came to trade with.
Loads.
And I tell them that, this is the thing. You have other mentors or you have these other gurus that will tell you, "Oh no, sign up, I'll make, you're gonna make money, this or that." It's just like, no, any mentor that tells you they'll be profitable with them is lying. And I'll tell you why. Because they don't execute the trade for you. You execute the trade. That yes, the mentor isn't lying when he says you can be profitable. You can be, if you sign up with me, because that's true. Everybody has the ability to be profitable, but it doesn't just happen over.
There is so much scammers as well. That's a big issue here.
Oh yeah. And I'm surprised that nothing's really been done about it. I mean, it's the biggest. I'd say Forex now is becoming the biggest. I'm not saying Forex is a scam, but like it's the biggest thing that people are getting into as a scam. All these signals are just like, it's crazy the amount of things on Instagram.
It's a huge business.
Oh, it's mad. All these people losing money, all these people losing money. It's just like, it's mental. It makes no sense to me. And, people with, a bit of common sense should realize, if someone's gonna literally tell you they can give you your dreams overnight, I think a little bit of common sense comes into play. People aren't just gonna hand you your dreams like that. You ask any CEO, you ask any, okay, besides maybe a small percentage that inherited stuff, but you ask most CEOs and most wealthy people what it took for them to get the dreams that they wanted, and man, they're just gonna probably tell you 3 words: hard work, determination, and just consistency. And
unless you come from money already.
Exactly.
That's just like a hobby, but you don't need it really. You don't mind losing whatever the amount you lose per day. But
even if we don't have a winning trade here on the stream, at least we had a good motivational chat.
Yeah, exactly.
Things like that. Trust the process for sure. Yep, gotta trust the process. It takes time. I work full time and I want to be a full-time trader, but I will not rush the process. I'm 26 years old and I have many years for trading, in fact my whole life, so why accelerate the process? Exactly. And you know what, with that mentality, it's going to come a lot sooner. When you go into a mentality saying I work full time, but I want to trade full time now, then push it back a few months, because you're going to rush it. But having a mentality of, when I'm ready, I know I'm ready, that's when it can come quicker for you. So anyway, let's look at the 15 minute. The 15-minute candle closed a weak bullish candle. If this candle closed without such a huge wick, we could have got maybe a nice impulse entry as it comes down and breaks the low, but I don't want to take it now because it's going to be pretty aggressive, plus there's not really much range. It gets difficult at this point. I think I'm still going to wait for a resistance at 137 to 40. So if I don't get it, then it's a no trading day. But hey, again, this is what really mastering is about, is the fact that I'm not rushing to take a trade either. People rush to take trades and I'm in no rush. I think GJ is going to continue down and I think there's a high probability, but do I need to execute on it? No, not yet. Anything else going on? So Euro JPY is still ranging. Gold is still trying to just slowly come down. GCAD still coming down. So we'll see. Yeah, I still feel like a minor resistance in this area is gonna be better. Robot systems, signals, yeah, it's all crazy, man. People will try and sell you anything, you know. And the other thing as well is, you know, just talking about the scams, they disguise, well, I mean, it's not really a disguise because it's fairly obvious, but they'll tell you, oh, it's free signals, and people think, oh, because it's free, that, you know, they're not trying to scam you because they're not making any money. When if you know understand about trading, when they get you to sign up with their broker, that's where they make their money. You know, they get commission when you blow your account, and that's it. You know, because they know you're gonna blow your account, because in fact I've actually looked into it, they don't get paid until your account is blown. So it's within their interest that you blow your account. Not all signal providers, don't get me wrong, there are a few actual good signal providers. I mean, I don't know if they're good, but there's actual legit signal providers. But yeah, any of these trading, obviously not trading with Paul, but any of these trading withs on Instagram, or this signals or that signals, and they got Lambos and all these things, it's just like, yeah, just
It's like they say, like, deposit £250, but you have to use a one lot.
yeah.
It's
I mean,
like,
that's
where's the
nuts.
risk management in that?
Oh, they don't even know what risk management is, mate. You know, I actually DM'd one once, and I was like, if you can explain to me what a pip is, I will. If you can actually explain what a pip is, I'll sign up with signals. And he blocked me. Yeah, so 15-minute candle came down, broke the low. I think at this point it should continue moving down. But yeah, no entry for me over here. You know, and I accept that price is going to continue moving down, but I don't want to risk my capital, you know. We had a much better turnout today, which is good. Had like 60 people here today, which is pretty good.
Very nice.
Yeah, to be honest with you, if the only way I'm taking a sell is if I see a retracement and a resistance formed. That's the only way I'm gonna take a sell now. Otherwise,
it's difficult now. It's probably will miss.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm just happy that two of the guys caught a trade, and it's pretty good. If you guys are winning, then I'm winning.
Greg, did you close already, or you have some positions open?
I'm still holding all the position. I'm in profits. Yeah.
Crazy, Greg.
I think I'm gonna close at 136.89.
Yeah, I'm guessing you already have the stops to break even anyway.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, I'm
gonna secure some of the position in 2 pips, 3 pips, something like this.
Looks nice now.
I would secure. I mean, I would have already secured, but
yeah,
I think if you're gonna secure anything before down at 136, I would secure at this area here, because this was the previous resistance, and you know, plus you don't particularly want to get caught in a, you know, pullback, and then you're like, damn, I should have secured something. So, I mean, if how many pips
80%
are you up? How many pips are you up?
I'm 9 pips, waiting for 1.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough. I thought you was up like, oh, there you go. Now you should be able.
Yeah, I'm securing. Yes.
Bam.
Nice, guys, like that. Yeah, see, so as it broke the low, it was destined to continue down, but yeah, got to be true to my word, you know. Got to be true to it. Got to be willing to miss the moves. HFX, do you not take any trades on 5-minute resistance support in certain situations? No, I don't go below the 15 ever now. When I first started out, I looked at the 5-minute and it drove me mad. I was looking at every single 5-minute candle, and it just put me in. I felt that emotions while being in a trade. So yeah, I don't ever want to feel like that. I don't ever want to feel. So yeah, no, I will not. If a big rush comes in and the only way you could have got it on a 5 minute, I am completely willing to accept I will never catch that move, because I'm not gonna go, you know, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. 15 is the minimum for me. But there, you know, you it can work, but you gotta be, I think you gotta be pretty experienced to trade off the 5 minute, because otherwise you'll just be thinking that there's gonna be tons of entries when, you know, it can have some issues. So this would be pretty good if we do get a retracement at this point. I'll be happy with that. So I think while we're waiting for this candle to close in 7 minutes, I'm gonna go make a quick drink. Let you guys chill out, and yeah, so hopefully GJ can give me a nice retracement, and then it's gonna be a good day. But if not, it is what it is. Right, I'll be back in a few minutes. I'll answer any questions in the chat when I get back. I'll only be a couple of minutes.
Hey guys, I have to go, so see you later.
See you, ciao.
Good day, have a good day.
Ciao, ciao.
Yo.
Oh, you just missed Sergio that just went.
What, did he leave?
He left like a second before you joined.
Oh, right. GJ. So GJ 15-minute closed bearish. Looking 30-minute. I mean, it does look good to continue down, but I just... Yeah, I'm not sure. Don't wanna force it, you know? How long does this 30-minute got? I think there's gonna be a... Yeah, I think I'm gonna be willing to miss this one. Just take the lesson.
It's a bit like earlier before the stream where you had that small bearish candle closing at resistance and then ended up filling the wick but then turned bullish again.
Yeah.
But the stops wouldn't have been that big, would they? So it's not much range to support either.
No, I mean, this sell does make sense, but at the same time, I'm just thinking like, I think I've really missed the move. It would need to do like a bigger retracement, to be honest. You know, because right over here, it's almost like selling at the low. Like, whereas I want to see a real retracement resistance. So, yeah, we'll see. But to be honest with you, like, if I don't catch anything today, just, I'm not like that bothered. Looks like Euro JPY is trying to break down over here. I think Euro JPY sells. It's going to be... Euro JPY sells looks pretty good. Just going to be aware of this minor support. Yeah, GJ has been pretty tricky this month. Yeah, it has been a little bit difficult. But I mean, you know, not really a lot you can do about it. I suppose we still got like 40 minutes. So we'll see what happens. Did catch any move yesterday. Didn't have time to check Insta story. Yeah, I caught two buys yesterday. So I had a pretty good day yesterday, to be fair. This is why I'm like a little bit less reluctant to, you know. I just want to see something I want to see, you know. If it's something I don't want to see, then I'm not gonna take it. I had a pretty good day yesterday. Man, Sergio had a great day today. If you saw his story, he smashed it.
Yeah, he's smashing it, isn't he? I think he's doing that challenge still. He must be doing quite well with it.
I think so. So I'm just eating a crumpet right now. I'm starving.
And he's proof as well that you don't need to rush out of a job, even when you're making good money from Forex.
Yeah, he made
Because-
he made over 1,000 in a day, and he's not, you know, he's still at his job.
Because if you enjoy your job, then why leave it?
Yeah, exactly. If you enjoy your job, then you can just have trading as like a side thing, you know, a hobby. Yeah, I think if we're gonna catch a move here before the stream ends, then I'm gonna need to see some form of retracement. and then a resistance formed for price to continue moving down. Because right now there's no trade.
Guys, I need to leave.
No worries, Greg.
Have a good day.
Have a good day, mate. See ya.
See you tomorrow.
Bye. See you. Bye.
Bye. Okay, so we've got like half an hour left on the stream here. If anybody wants to send any charts for review, then we can do that. That's it, GJ. Let's have a retracement here. Yeah, I think the retracement's gonna be good. I mean, obviously, ideally, we'd need to see maybe a 30-minute back in our direction, but I'm gonna assess the situation. What's going on with GCAD? It looks like it's forming a low over here, so need to see a retracement. Same sort of thing on GJ really. Let's check out Euro JPY, just ranging. 30 minutes, come back in the range. Sorry to bother you. Please, what was the turning point in your trading when you realized that you need to just develop discipline? It's a good question. I would actually say I would say that obviously discipline takes time to build. So I'm really struggling with discipline and started live training in April. Okay, so if you started in April, I mean, you have to remember, you know, it is really going to take time to build that discipline. But I think discipline comes a little bit with character. Like, all right, let's put it this way. I realized one of the biggest reasons why I wasn't disciplined in my trading is because I wasn't disciplined in my life. You know, when you make other areas of your life, or you make your life in general disciplined, you know, like when you have a strict routine, or when you know, apply the same consistency to other areas in your life, your trading just naturally gets better, you know, because you got to think, like, how many disciplined traders do you know that are just disciplined with trading? You know, it's almost like it takes a person to develop that skill. So I mean, I think the turning point for me was literally when I realized that the reason I'm not disciplined in my trading is because I wasn't disciplined in my life. And you know, when I started to make those tweaks, like let's say, you know, going to the gym consistent every day, you know, same time every day, doing trading same time every day, you know, doing the same marginal increases that I would at the gym as I do in trading. So, you know, at the end of the week, I always look to increase the weight by a little bit, you know, or I'm like, okay, I understand that, you know, it takes time to build muscle the same way it takes time to build the skill of trading, right? So, I mean, if we think about it like that, it makes more sense that when you have discipline aspects of your life, you're, you know, more likely to be disciplined in your trading. So I think just really focus on yourself as an individual, and then come back to it, you know, with a new fresh head, and just be willing to miss, you know, be willing to miss moves. That's another really big thing. You know, discipline comes with like, okay, the fact that everybody on the stream here today, well, not everybody, but people in the Zoom, were catching sells, and I remained disciplined because I knew that's not what I should do, you know. And it takes a responsibility, it takes self-accountability to know that if I execute based on what someone else is doing, I'm not being disciplined, I'm breaking what I'm supposed to do. So yeah, I mean, it takes a person to really make that change and do that, you know. So, but don't be too hard on yourself, okay? Because honestly, trading takes a long time, you know. I mean, I know you started in April, but if you think about it, you haven't even been live trading for a year yet. So like, when you get a year under your belt, you're gonna have way more experience, and then you think, okay, a year after that, how much more experience am I gonna have? So honestly, man, it takes time, and just keep going, just keep trying, don't give up. You know, every day is a new day. Just focus on what you're doing wrong. You know, review your performance every day. Look at your losing trades, and that's it. You know, make sure you got a good trading plan, and just keep improving. Just keep looking to improve every day, and you'll get there, my friend. Don't worry about that. But the minute you give up, that's the minute it was all for nothing, you know. So you have to make that decision now. Are you fully committed? You know, when we say committed is I'm in it until I'm there. You know, a true commitment is I will not stop until I get there. And you know, with that mentality, you will get there. I think that's another big thing, actually, is mentality. You know, your mentality towards trading. You know, part of being a disciplined trader is the fact that you know that you're not going to make money straight away. You know that you're not going to make money in 6 months, you know. Being a disciplined trader, also, you're accepting that you could be losing for a whole year. But you're still disciplined, right? Because you still turn up every day. You still do the same thing every day. You just need to just keep tweaking, keep improving. So yeah, I hope that helps.
It's hard as well when you compare yourself to others, especially like, you know, like say like you. It's easy to look at you and say, well, he's doing it, so why can't I? But he hasn't seen what you've gone through. And everyone goes through the same hurdles, just at different times.
Yeah, I mean, like I was not disciplined when I first started. I was the complete opposite. I was like everybody else, you know. I was your typical, you know, what trade can I take? You know, trade as many pairs. It was the same, you know. I've been there, and you just got to change your mindset. That's the first thing you got to change, is your mindset. You know, it's true about everything. You want to be good in the gym. You want to be good in life. You need to change your mindset. Mindset is everything. It actually is. When I realized that, that's the day things started to change for me in general. You know, I thought working hard was just enough. You know, it's not. You need to have a certain mindset. But anyway, looking at GJ just quickly, so the 30-minute candle, it created a low. It's created a low over here at 137. Candle had no top wick, so, you know, it's created a support, but the candle had no top wick. So I'm still waiting for a minor resistance. Maybe if we can do a little bit more retracement, it's going to be good. But I'm still waiting, because this candle could start to, you know, come up. So yeah. Taking buys if the 30-minute count flips bullish. That's up to you. I mean, the previous 15 closed with no wick, to the top, and the 30-minute close with no wick to the top. So I mean, it's going to be a little bit risky, but again, that's up to you. It's completely up to you, you know. Plus we're in a downtrend, so but again, it could play out, and I'm not here to tell anybody that they're taking a bad trade. I just, sometimes you got to work that one out for yourself, you know. Sometimes you got to take that loss to think, oh, that was a bit dumb. I'm not saying this is going to be a dumb trade, but I'm just saying in general. But if you have confidence, then yeah, it could come up to this 137, 250, 240. But I'm gonna wait for a resistance, and then I'm gonna be more confident taking a sell. I think it would be really nice if this 30-minute candle can, you know, create like a top wick and then close, come back down and close bearish. That's going to be a really nice sell. Because then I have range, good stop. So we'll see. Let's see if my waiting, let's see if the patience plays off today. And another thing as well is, you know, just thinking about it, at the end of the day, like, discipline as well comes with the fact that, have you looked at your plan? You know, how many pairs are you trading? What session are you trading? You know, you're going to be way more disciplined if you just trade one session, one pair, because you already know what you're looking for then, and you're only looking at one pair. You're only trading one session. So if you're trading, you know, more sessions or more pairs, the discipline becomes harder, because then you have contradicting ideas. You're like, oh, well, I could take GJ buys, but I could also take USD JPY sells. So as a beginner, you want to really implement that discipline in just focusing on one thing and one thing only. So that gold did come down to that area. Yeah, so looks like it did kind of create that resistance up over here to continue down. EJ just still ranging, man. EJ just still ranging. GCAD's doing a retracement. GJ also doing a retracement. So I think Tim over here should be in buys right now. So hopefully that plays out for you, Tim. And I will be here for support. So I think if you are gonna, you know, look for like an area, then this, I know it's like 8 pips away, but this is gonna be your area of issue if you was looking for buys. This area right here, and even this wick. Do you ever consider no wick on a candle in a sign of strength in that direction? Yes, if the candle has no wick to the bottom. So let's say for example that this this bearish candle closed with no wick. In fact, let's do it like this. Let's say it looks like this. Oh, one sec, bear with me. Right, let's say this candle had no wick to the bottom, and then the bullish candle had no wick to the bottom, and let's just say, for example, it had a wick to the top. Oh, that's a black one. Hang on. Right, it has a wick to the top. If it has a wick to the bottom, that shows a sign of you know, the fact that this candle had no range to come down, and then this candle also had no range. It was straight buys from this area, you know, price went straight bullish from this area. That's the point at which I'd be like, okay, there's a sign of maybe strength of bullish, you know, the same way let's say oh no, let's just say we have 3 bullish candles in a row. Like you have one candle with a wick to the bottom, and then you have another candle, and let's say this middle candle here, it had no wick to the bottom. That to me would be a sign of strength, because this candle could not, it just didn't want to come down at all. It was just straight bullish. And then even if this next one has a wick, it doesn't matter, because this candle here, it did no retracement, you know, it just went straight up. So when a candle in an uptrend has no wick to the bottom, I'd say that's pretty, you know, that's a good sign, right? But when we're in a downtrend and a candle has no wick to the top, to me that suggests that, you know, this retracement may not happen, because, you know, this candle had no range, and then this candle's already, you know, created some form of top wick. So if it can create a resistance, there's a much higher chance the next candle is going to continue moving down than, let's say, up. But yeah, so yeah, I think so. Same sort of thing. If we're in a downtrend, no wick to the top is gonna be better than no wick to the bottom. But to be honest with you, like, you know, no wick to the top is just like a 50-50 chance, really. You know, it can continue up, it can continue down, but I would just always play it safe, Tim. That's for me. You know, if the candle has no wick, let's say I did take a buy, like let's say I was looking for buys, and you know, as this candle came to a close, I took a buy because I was expecting it to continue up, but then it did close with no wick to the top. I would immediately close 50% of the position, because I would just find that harder to expect the next candle to continue up. But it can, but it's just harder. Looks like GJ is continuing up, but I'm gonna still wait for some sort of minor resistance. So the 15-minute candle closed bullish, pretty good. But if I see a resistance formed here, then I'm gonna be looking for a retest of the low. So hopefully we can get that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens over here. Maybe not get it while the stream's up, but if I take a trade, I'll be sure to let you guys know. Yeah, looks like Tim, you caught, should be in some profits right now. But yeah, I'll be securing something at this area because, you know, you have a wick here, this area of rejection. You also have a previous support here. So yeah, I would just secure some profits there, mate. And then if it does run, then happy days, you know. Ooh, looks like the 15-minute is rejecting this area. I need to wait for this candle to close. If I see a nice rejection here, it could be... Yeah, see, this is going to be a much better area to take a trade now. So, yeah, if we see this, you know, retrace to this area, and then we get a... Let me look at the 30-minute. Yeah, let's wait for this 15-minute candle to close first. Yeah, just waiting for a minor resistance to be formed to take a sell. Yeah, because if this candle here, this 15-minute candle can close bearish, then as the next one maybe breaks the low, there's going to be a much higher chance for, you know, price to continue moving down, secure some profits at the low over here, and then we let the rest run to 137.040. What is Magic Keys? Magic Keys is a risk management tool. So basically allows you to like use certain risk parameters to manage your trades and things like that. I'd highly recommend for anybody who's thinking of trading full time or just trading in general, you know. Looks like Tim caught a nice trade over there at the moment. Not something I would take, but pretty good, Tim. Pretty good. If it works out, it works out. But yeah. So maybe we're not gonna get this rejection. I don't know. either way, if I get a resistance anywhere kind of below 137, 340, then we're still coming down. You know, because price has made a low, doing a retracement from a resistance, continue moving down. If it closes back above 137, 350, 340, then this whole bearish move may get corrected. So yeah, I would highly recommend Magic Keys. Yeah, maybe looks like a no trading session here today on the live stream anyway. I'm gonna give it till maybe 12 and then I'm gonna call it a day. If I wanted a similar relationship with you, what's the best way to get in touch? Well, if you want any questions answered or anything like that, you can add me on Instagram. It's on the screen there. _H_FX_. So if you want to follow me on there, drop me a DM. I will. That's where I'm probably most active, so yeah, that's probably the best place to get hold of me. So yeah, drop me a message on Instagram and can help you with anything you need help with. But, you know, to be honest with you, I think this goes for everybody. Like, the majority of learning that you're gonna find is, you know, through watching the live streams, you know, because, you know, you get to see what happens in real time, how trades are executed, how trades are managed, you know. So I think that's the best place to learn. But I have to say congratulations to Tim. Looks like a nice winning trade there. So, well done, Tim, mate. Yeah. So that's golds. Sorry mate, can you say that? Yeah, so basically what I was saying is that, yeah, if you wanna drop me a message on Instagram, it's at the bottom of the screen there that you can see. So it's _H_FX_. HFX __. If you follow me on Instagram, drop me a DM. I'll be able to answer any questions that you may have. Okay, so it's like EJ is breaking down over here. Let's look on the 15-minute time frame. 15 minutes doing like a retest. So I think it should continue moving down. Yeah, so it's like GJ is doing a retracement. So cool. Would be preferred to email if that is possible. I don't use Insta. Yeah, if you want to drop me an email, it is HFX Trading Group, all one word, 2020 @gmail.com. But I don't want to get spammed with a load of emails. But yeah, I don't mind if you want to email me if you don't use Instagram. Yeah, so it's HFX Trading Group 2020 @gmail.com. Yeah, looks like no trade here on the live stream today anyway. So it's 30 minutes, got 2 minutes left to close. Looks like it hasn't done what we expected it to do here today, but that's okay. If I take any other trades, I'll let you guys know. But I think I'm going to call it a day here in a second. So let's just quickly overview for the rest of the day for you guys what's kind of going on. So Euro JPY is trying to close below support. If we look on the 15-minute candle is trying to close bullish. So I think if you're looking for sells, you may want to see a minor resistance formed, or even this this previous 15-minute low to break for price to continue moving down. And then GJ, I think we're going to be waiting for some form of resistance here to retest the low, or if price closes back above this support, maybe this whole move's going to get corrected. Looking at gold's just kind of ranging right now, but I think if it gets above 600, then it should come up, fill this range. But I think you need to see like a support there. GCAD, I think it's probably doing similar to GJ. Yeah, so it created a low, it's doing a retracement. So I think if you're looking for further sales on GCAD, like a resistance form is going to be good. And then the FTSE is pretty difficult. It's just done like a double fake out. So yeah, don't worry about the FTSE. I know not many people trade it anyway. Same sort of thing with the Dow. It's creating a support, but it's approaching an area of issue. So I think buys above this area is going to be good. And then it should fill this range over here. But yeah. Thank you for the support. It really helped my confidence today. We'll try and develop a routine in my daily life to help build discipline trade. Yeah, 100%, bro. Listen, make trading part of your routine, and then you're just going to do the same thing over and over and over and over again. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this 15-minute on GJ right now. Big rejection. So yeah, I am going to call it a stream here, guys. So thank you for coming on. I think I'm going to be waiting for some form of minor resistance here for those of you who are looking for any sales or anything. So yeah, thank you all for coming. We'll see you tomorrow. It's Friday tomorrow. I'm gonna try and get someone on as a guest, but I mean, I don't know. We'll take some nominations for next Friday anyway. If there's any of you guys want to get a guest on, so we'll look at that. But yeah, thank you all for coming. Have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Try not to overtrade, guys. That's really important to discipline. Is, you know, not overtrading. Take your 1 or 2 trades a day and call it a day. But yeah, thanks for coming. Thanks, Kelsey, for coming on as well.
Take care. See you later, guys.
Yep. See
Have
you.
a good day.
Yeah, so thank you very much, YouTube. And remember, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We're going to be doing a 1K giveaway when we get to 1K for a free Magic Keys. So if you want to win yourself a Magic Keys, join, subscribe to the channel, and then you're going to be able to do that. Okay, so thank you, everybody. Have a good rest of your trading day, and we'll see you tomorrow morning for 9 o'clock GMT. Cheers, guys. Thank you very much.